I spoke with the CEO of Harbor Bank of Maryland earlier this afternoon, though he's not really saying much, including not even explaining the application process. But we also spoke with experts who say all this money movement from the Mosbys could spell trouble. Documents show Nick Mosby got a $58,000 loan in April 2021 using his in-laws' stake in his Baltimore home as collateral. The lender, Harbor Bank of Maryland. The top executives, Joseph Haskins Jr. and John Lewis, signing off on the loan. After going to the bank to see if Haskins or Lewis were there and calling to try and set up an appointment,
Good morning, Harbor Bank of Maryland, Joseph Haskins' office.
we were able to get Mr. Haskins on the phone for a brief interview. Would a loan be approved if someone had a federal lien on a property?
We have a review process that detects or that looks at an applicant in its entirety.
The Harbor Bank loan came about 1 month after news broke of the federal government investigating the Mosby's finances. It's unclear if Nick Mosby disclosed the $45,000 tax lien on his property at the time of the loan before applying. 2 months later, after he and Marilyn Mosby got the $58,000, the lien was satisfied. We don't know if the loan was used to pay off the lien. I know you can't comment specifically on the loan, but it does raise some questions about the fact that this loan was granted during the time when the couple was under federal investigation. They had a federal tax lien on their property, and the people who signed off on the loan were political donors.
You know, what's interesting is that people can draw conclusions about what they decide that they want to draw conclusions about.
Harbor Bank is the first and only Black-owned and operated commercial bank in Maryland, priding itself on helping usher federal COVID loans to people and companies that may have faced trouble at larger financial institutions. And Haskins priding himself on what he calls integrity of his banking institution. The banking executives also early Mosby backers, donating more than $2,000 to both Nick and Marilyn's campaign over the years. Do you think that shows any sort of conflict of interest at all?
Absolutely not.
John Dede, political analyst, says the personal connection raises big red flags, especially for the bank itself.
When you're lending money to someone you've given political contributions to, I think as an investor in Harbor Bank and also as a customer at Harbor Bank, I would be very concerned about the bank's lending practices and even financial stability.
Who makes that decision whether an application qualifies?
What we do here at the institution is evaluate customers based on the merits of what they submit. And we look at all of the basic kinds of things that one would consider in a assessment and underwriting process. That's what we do, and we do it with a great deal of integrity.
Combined, the Mosbys rake in nearly $400,000 annually.
They're constantly bouncing around looking for more money.
Dede says voters may start to get tired of the apparent fiscal irresponsibility.
Everyone keeps saying for the last 3 months, when's the next shoe going to drop? And they keep dropping.
I asked Nick Mosby if he used that loan from Harbor Bank of Maryland to pay off that tax lien on the Baltimore home, but those questions going ignored. Downtown, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.